The time I can say if there's anything to say, I think Arsenal will have themselves to blame if they are not able to get to the top for this time around. Because Manchester United are not doing any better. Because if it's a Manchester United not to talk about Manchester City game, and will be about Manchester City, you know the situation now it is. But when you are playing teams like Watford at the Old Trafford, that's the auto papa as well. It means you are not ready to go into the Champions League. A Watford team that was able to beat Manchester United by 4-1, or not by return leg. Unyam Watford now to Old Trafford, no goalless draw. It means you are not ready to go. So I think say Arsenal must take it. Said this time around they want to go into the Champions League since 2017. And I remember those days I was talking about how Arsenal was doing their businesses and how they were competing. And the situation maybe Arteta will change it for them. Arsenal players say if they are able to qualify to the Champions League, they have up to £500,000 each player with my benefit. Aside that, other players are in their contract, and so if they are able to qualify to the Champions League, or more contract situation will change to the highest. Salaries, not all wages will go up. So I think that Arsenal, they are already motivated by this incentive package. So you expect yes, the games are very difficult. Chelsea, Liverpool.
Second goal now, Busaka Shane.
Yes, sir. On the he's a top star, and Arsenal are sweating on making him extend the contract. One advantage that will go for them is that if they are able to qualify to the Champions League, all these players will be able to extend their contract for Arsenal. Their transfer budget will also be huge for them to go to the market, because it looks like Arsenal will be looking at 2 strikers, a midfielder and a defender. And if Arsenal should qualify in the Champions League, will lose that amount for the Arteta to do business will not be difficult. So it's up to them. The Amikachi said Champions League is money. When you are in Europe, Champions League is money. It is believed that the moment Arsenal qualifies or plays the top 4, first they are sure about £50 million be at that. And Sana TV revenues and that stuff. So these are monies as an expecting. The Moonby normally decide to say some percentage will go to the players. So I think that as it stands now, Arsenal and Ebomoding. And I'm sure Tottenham Everton. Now it looks like say Frank Lampard is also up in the game. No, other than that, we are not giving different thing. A typical Tottenham game, in a game that you don't expect them to do anything extraordinary, they go in and give it to them. 5 goals or the score line. And no Anama Hurricane, and they goals are watching in the Premier League, what caught up children. Hurricane now was 176 goals. Children 175. He's only 1 goal short of Frank Lampard. Chelsea all-time top scorer. 177. So what do you mean in that? So the Premier League all-time goal scoring chart now. Alan Shearer almost 260 goals.
Alan Shearer.
Then Alan Shearer, yes, 260 goals. Then Rooney 208. Then followed by Omo Edidu so day by so with Hurricane age and a form of woman. Say if we should continue, me just surprised. Say by the time I retire, beer. Also be going to the region of around 260 thereabouts, and now he scored 10 goals, or 10 or 11 goals in the Premier League. And one good thing about him, I know Jimmy Carragher described him as the best striker that we have in football currently, and he said once he is able to score, or assist very well, or go put deep and assist colleagues to score. So he's combining that to and Emma but what does a Tottenham able to me continue with this consistent form is a question in Ebusa. Tottenham performance where you want to proud yourself with, say they will go further and do more, but the next game they will disappoint. I hope so. Almost looking at almost situation, they have 2 games in hand, almost tough one, they can also make it. Should Arsenal miss it, Tottenham can pick it. So if they can also do well to make sure they maintain that momentum and make sure so me aqua to work for them. But me economical in me now for those who are very critical on Jose Mourinho, who maybe start and rewrite their notes. It looks like the Roma team is improving. The other time was 8th or 7th. Now they're on the 5th position. Now I'm so particular about Tommy Abraham. And I'm not minister can me. And now you to say I think it was wrong for Chelsea to let him go. Compare him to Romelu Lukaku, the Oye Edmund Chelsea, the star of Toby Abraham, how he plays in football.
Cologne.
No,
right. Wow.
Just that almost insected buyback clause issue.
Okay.
In case some person first refusal option. And then in the league, what's 13 goals in the La Liga Serie A no? But in all competition, what's 20 goals at Roma, the top scorer. If we move both in the league and in all competitions.
Mate captain.
And they push Roma no. So it means it's a Roma team no. The same mono team no. Gradually they are making it. So
that's it.
Wait and see what happens.
You go confuse Kohana or Casa, them the Rumo man, Sly. Where Hano Boniti South years goes Nanoshi. Rumo. Kovi.
Tino.
What there?
I'm Adam Chairman.
I need in white.
Yeah.
Monday white in the Ofanian Quada.
Anche Rumo, Obe produce here the next hour. Auntie,
I see.
Ghana for Rumo. My Jumedian sanity, journalism, or how you pay attention to young talents. To Bakubi fans, no one to Basenia a lot of time.
So now, also we be na.
Gubi bribi. What has gubi bribi? You go so crank. And the enche Rumo beat me my one of the shining stars, young talent. See, Obi Piodia Assembly will be dating and to her young Kasakesi. See, Tino. Manchester United as an area who hey reho papa see about starting season now a team is being tipped say obe compete at all fronts all levels obe compete then the team no is likely to miss out of the top 4. You get it? Before the start of the season the idea United would compete for the Premier League, for the FA Cup, for the Champions League. At the moment, United are struggling with top 4. Free a team that is likely to make it for the Premiership title, for the Champions League title, FA Cup. Any other day. Today, a more battle with said so a rat form. Now situation I did because Clementino in life for him. And decision making, one thing about life, decision making, very, very crucial. So, Drew point to be now, you have to make a decision. And then, born again, give me Kalidou Koulibaly. And our branch friend say Harry Maguire. When Manchester United board wanted to get a centre back, build it good. Mpacho Maria Naso. A centre back, build it, defense around. Sa particular centre back no. Now United discussing penifone sia the sporting directors and penifo Manchester United sia taking a decision on these 2 players, one of them and also Motte, because Napoli for president in their friends De Laurentiis no. What is our boy no that screen is in their friends Kalidou Koulibaly no. So we bet me a fan free the city of Naples just to earn 90 million euros and san what me a fan. So between Kalidou Koulibaly and Harry Maguire, omo value no around the same figure. Osa Maguire bar for 80 million pounds. And I know also did 90 million euros ato Kalidou Koulibaly so. And omo kwatanase no mo ye meeting ye discussion back and forth. Eventually, he's an English boy. 1. 2. Wako World Cup, wakonya exceptional tournament in 2018. England football in the semi-final of the World Cup. 3. The age at that time was around 24 years. Now Koulibaly and Nini Cheno, you get it. And it's a top player. Some of the factors in consider age very key. So much of the age of Maguire. The fact is our ball Leicester for about 2-3 seasons with great level of consistency. Wakobo World Cup. Now England for team making to the semi-final of the World Cup. Then let's go in for Branson friend Harry Maguire at the expense of Kalidou Koulibaly K2. And some player no 80 million pounds to the Kofano no. He is a liability at Manchester United. to Manchester United ever fed no so na say Maguire na captain team na already United have conceded 1 goal before say be pass the ball no because of Maguire. Why? He is supposed to be the organization at the back. Manchester United defense it should be around Maguire. He's the captain of the team and then they cannot drop him. Omati 80 million pounds and I know some yes analysis natural say we have no idea. So when Chamafola be more to coin or more US near that some pen agrada mu dinkoma. They will tell you how they struggle to make 100,000 for a whole year. So bet me $100,000 there to a whole year. $50,000 in book. But this player no that screen is no. He was valued 80 million pounds. Harry Maguire. And then he's a liability in Manchester United setup. Now so far United setup in now. Today they seem to be in a confused state as a team in confused. And Mamika Sasimwe. Also on Saturday, me catch say either 3-1 or 2-1. But Manchester City have a double chance. And as I keep to one, I say, okay, because of double, me check him. Now say that.
I was later, okay, we been a lot of specific.
Win for Man City.
Double chance
for Man City.
Yeah.
And I'm Chechemi.
Win for Man City, just say they will win. Double chance, and they say, they will get a draw. Because you don't see United, they don't have the best organization at this moment to play against Man City with yard. And let me say this. City 4 game number boy against Manchester United this season is one of the most easiest games Manchester City have. One of the which is my picture be born again for the position of Ederson goalkeeper na to so here. Edru baby I say na game net here. Wow share screen be share TV now with you on Facebook say na game net here. Where is the goalkeeper of Manchester City? Goalkeeper City goalkeeper no way. Ederson.
Oh yeah, Drew Sanders Ahon.
No, for over greater part of the game because Yababe game no in terms of ball possession. Now Manchester City about over 90%. The last yes. Total dominance. Goalkeeper no and what tenase no what relax he doesn't care. It is total dominance in terms of game possession. And today you ask yourself, what is the problem with Manchester United? Okay, I started the Mikasa was there. Abrante and friends said the same Cavani no. What have Manchester United papa? Maybe an Ibirmon Chassis. Because of Edison Cavani, Oman Koto striker. And a Cavani near injury prone striker. I've already said Ronaldo so born as a first number 9. He's a frustrated first number 9. Ultimate he loves to use a number 9 as a reference point. No one knows who I am. And to Moko game, no Ronaldo out, Cavani out. And our baby say, what is the tactical variation a coach and friend said Rafranik Debeko? Eventually, we decided to Bruno Fernandes as a first number 9. Only Popo by rotating that position. Man City formed for the next show. So the team in terms of possession, and let me say this: Manchester United they've not been dominant in possession. But again, give me the list of the most impressive teams when it comes to possession. Fatos and Amentra there. Manchester United are one of the dominant forces when it comes to ball possession. When it comes to ball possession, Manchester United are one of them. One, Obetepo, team friends Man City. No. Born again, you will Obetepo, Manchester City. When you Man City free war, then you pick Liverpool in terms of ball possession. Man City, it was 67 so far in the season. 67. Born again, you have it. Liverpool, it was 63. Yes, this is it. Oui. Man City, it was 67. Liverpool, it was 63. Like, if you put all the games they've played this season,
all competitions.
If you put all the games they played like in the Premier League, offer games from Abonina in terms of average possession, and that's no. Man City it was 67, Liverpool it was 63, Chelsea it was 59, Brighton at the fourth or 56, then Leeds it was 54. So offer the first 5 for no crown. Manchester United they are not one of the dominants when it comes to ball possession. So this is the state of Manchester United today. So it's quite unfortunate say to this way. Well, let's see how far they will go in the Champions League. Champions League in there also muko kunya was it a sweet win? Was it against a draw game against a Villarreal? No. Was Atletico Madrid? Yes. and I think say they will come home and let go born or more bond there. They can get the route into the quarterfinal, but it's a difficult one for Manchester United season. You know. Tilo, baby, you dream. My main case as we say. To my friends say Liverpool, and Italy for Inya and Kamayanko. Okay, new concern Kiyako bet. I was a Italian football loving fans in Kamumian country UEFA was a Momian Tenefi, but you have to go to Anfield tonight. Say, it's Inter bet me Liverpool a free man. It will be one of the miracles, like turning water into wine. And I said, Jesus Christ, turning and sound soon, so tired. Football, so you can give some slimmy. But the reality is that extremely difficult for team friends say Inter Milan. Actually, team in Inter Milan team na. My coach say in terms of squad they are common like it. But there's one thing about Italian coaches and how they want to play. So I Juventus this season. Born in effect, but they are getting results. Born at time pie in effect, but they are getting results. They believe in so much conservative type of football. But Oko Anfield, Wababa San Siro, Anfield they will play better than the game of the Maya was San Siro. At San Siro, Inter Milan for team 1 or 2 goals because in terms of chances creation, Inter did better than team friends say Liverpool. But Liverpool organization, any players are among this stage to say Mo Salah, to say Sadio Mane, and then they've brought in one of the most skillful forwards, Luis Diaz. Also, my catch yourself for Liverpool forwards in the going now. Obianwa currently, why more skillful than Luis Diaz? And it's a Liverpool for Boba. They have a lot of options to attack. And meanwhile, Inter Milan beat me and stop them on it. And the qualification in there, you're back for 2-1, 3-1 victory for team and friends Liverpool. Now Italy for near Befiani, Ababon Paedema, La Veca Signora, say you beat me and share Valorant. This are Italian teams in our bed, Ebe Film.
But you will name Refi.
Messi. Young Barcelona about so why. Some catchers says the team to watch, the most exciting team. So Petit Marepa, Adam Traore, Morris, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Obiama message seven cars and 7 cars and 7 Saturday a year. Made them in Dombe. Some catchers they'll beat the smaller clubs, get their home points. Home points on which now, on a third, so draw home points gap in table now, on a third. So that is Arsenal season. They are having a great season.
And I say, Coffee, Ricky, you go.
My man, chill for the room for no. And I do my, honorable Mechia, honorable Mafu, for recruitment Mechia. And I could ball tournament. No. So I said, woman, I'm a so I'm for a but player of the tournament is Akito. Sasudan Kanyomo Chuchu Nina fake. Sasu. And no player of the tournament. Zakito. Zakito. What's your family?
Hey, Menkafe.
Hey, Menkafe. Zakito was your family.
Menkafe. On the campaign.
Zakito has more kind of Ruffy.
So say your pump the guy.
Zakito was your pump the guy.
The first 2 games are boy, no. You qualify, you say. Oh, my God. Okay, the first 2, no, woman, I know back, I'm qualified. But yes, I know Musia.
No, that's a show.
When I may suspect some place in the Division 2 place. I did full room for no honorable players not done by Division 2. But it was a good tournament, and I think say teams nearby in Indiana issue good sportsmanship. Emma be also come. Here, any say you may have maybe a Easter. So a bit soon. Oh yeah, best player of the tournament and top scorer of the tournament. And there's also a special day. Edema born again in Mwame, Nana Kojo Jemfi, USA, New Jersey. And there Nana Wada. Inti Mamin take your opportunity when I'm wishing Nana Kojo Jemfi a happy birthday. Na men catches and Yanko Ponshan no man of Quatentin. Nana Kojo Jemfi, Nimia Penny, and then Mr. Boatin Jemfi, board member of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Inti Nana, baby, I will be ano. We wish you happy birthday. Nyanko Ponshaw na Omao Enkwa Tintin. Clementino, young concept no smell boson kakra krabi. Enra you have Everton Tottenham game na Hurricane Arsenal 175th game goal in the English Premier League. from 270 games and was 175 goals. 76, yeah, third goal man, the last goal man 76, which means one more than the team Henry. Henry 175. Yeah. Henry the 270 games and a Hurricane the 200. Henry the 258 and a Hurricane the 270. Now I another be was can say statistics in football. I see in your time near analyzing. But a baby of football now can say, see, ya the but was a team statistics near and a player statistics near. The conclusion is, say, when the crown the hour there. Last time, I mean, make example, I say, Obi Okosha Kotokoni Dreams FC. Ye bo game new year no Kotoko kipu clean sheet. Say team so bobo no kipu clean sheeter. Yes, defenders any goalkeeper na ya there. It is a fact. Defenders no more numbers e was season I so e be o mabo 10 games o mo keep clean sheet but you analyze the mo keep clean sheet no na se sada no o be help to go ni Dreams FC game ni bi na o ka say oh ye can games I got to go play keep clean sheet now the Dreams game ne ka ho now the bog gani you ni Mubarak Abaswa chairman say no anye fe e bi so na defense bi so ya de pa ba ne aso mo one. So near someone, but that's a defense no. On that particular day, near someone no. Their total performance near better than Oman consider go no, but it's a clean sheet. It is sometimes I don't percent statistics. You analyze it, and then so big behave goes a hurricane asha. Why we catch us hurricane no cleaning bobo chanting Henry. But to be a OT and nano per bia, Mr. Hurricane 176 goals. Team Henry 175 goals. Men yes our comparison ni be that enyusu goals. Hurricane yana yonko ani Team Henry. Onuru no baby he's doing well in his generation. By talent and ekura Team Henry no Hurricane nuru ho. Enti men man goals na so wa she goals Team Henry because even Alanshara now a top scorer in the English Premier League, no. Thierry Henry a better player than Alan Shearer. And to me, he the best player to play in the English Premier League. It's a man statistics in Nadal. Now fire boom na dia beto. So we are say anyway na ya de. Tino ye toaso. Me come Man City in Manchester United game ne kakra bi. Na me pese me de ka asem keto bi nti whilst o hweye utie no baby I be concentrate CCA last season in this season mistakes are Harry Maguire untimi fanche no
Padnabo
yes essence ka Manchester United for the turn intino the mistakes are why untimi fanche no it ka born again the two screen so a omo hweye on TV omo share on Facebook or TV or radio on betia but omo so tie no meya mama atinyo mebias this is Harry Maguire the mistakes are why last season and this season me je tumi ye say abranti e say Harry Maguire so okofa Harry Maguire say the first duty as a defender ade waba wonu
ebe hero na de obi show hey enya shazem pudi ozenu ni
we omo ne Leicester
wow
Harry Maguire ne kono so okofa Harry Maguire say in your line of defending say Bonnie Drew your last block make your last blocker that is your defense so your first point of defending ukwaji the free Harry Maguire then umpe wutim ye central defense pairing it said they all pair me for this tell to them say central defense pairing it said they all pair me for this say your players bu ho a tino Nyankopon sheda the ball ne chewo mo ye kas yankaso mo bo bi no so nyaade o say ufa mamema example for me to say Frank Lampard in his career as a footballer Lampard scored more goals made more assists as a midfielder than Xavi, Iniesta and Rapello and may classify these three as the best in their generation so what them as you but what Xavi, Pello, Iniesta and Mobile with the ball no when you sit down to watch them, you just relax in your chair and enjoy them. Lampard intimi nyebi. Lampard de ne yakoche no training grounds no de aba park so no ye. Obi na control no. Ba Xavi ni Iniesta ne Pirlo mu de nyame ache de e natural. Omo mmra ansa no maye. So what they mention as you?
Under Pelenka ho natural under Pelenka Gerard and
can say you wait me the Gerard to die. Yeah. So what they mention as you? Ofa Harry Maguire na ye kan asem na. Baby and me just say often as your first point of defending when it comes to your last block which are your defense now then who you mistake. Shall remember these examples. Rio Ferdinand and John Terry can easily be classified as one of the best centre backs a game na hu. But Obia when your opportunity to watch these two omo pair at the English national team. Tournament bi omo ko ye bi omo mi no bo bi omo leaky goals. Tournament bi omo mi no ko omo Omujina mu bi omu leaky goals. The best example is the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. But individually, so for mu mienu baako a. And now betimi a debate reason why Rio Ferdinand is the best centre back in Premiership era. John Terry is the best centre back in Premiership era. But ye fa nipa mienu ni ado omu hia. Na trouble aba. E che so mu ntimi compliment omo ho. Hwe Real Madrid with Sergio Ramos and Pepe. Real Madrid with Varane and Sergio Ramos. Ubo say time Madrid the ball with Varane and Ramos no. Unzo mu winning more trophies. But at that time, na Madrid e leak chances more. E chen time na Pepe wo. Reason ni say Pepe is a typical defender. The art of defending no. Pepe what tiase chen Sergio Ramos. It will come mu no bom na afa. Ba ukofa Rafael Varane. Now the Sergio Ramos gina ho a. Na adwuma ne bebre aba begu Sergio Ramos so. Etuka ya adana motor Rafael Varane no. Make I say he has experience. He's a proven winner. Ba Brante na friend say Harry Maguire na ye de Rafael Varane be ka ho no. Omo mienu nyina na me classify them as ball playing center backs. Their first line of duty is to play the ball. But defender biano, first line of duty is to defend. It is all about Harry Maguire. Now see, o last block Maguire na nko defend there. Ope so good team. He is not a typical defender.
Timo amohwe TV na dwuma Maguire ya. Aha, wo de chana nye yi na gugu so no.
Nti, enyoma ye hwe no Clementino. Obi a wo hwe bibia na kire se. Masam na America no, esi ho. Baby a Maguire ko bia so ko defend bia asemba. Baby a wakoso ko defend bi asema otimi kwa no wache Manchester United no anu player no watch up to baby tigibo o baby mo bon na ani bo na obo na so osonko onye last man na dem pese me chene say defenders ye o ma hodo John Terry no he had William Carvalho but sometimes on say dey be ameka say empanifo say ye wo tu sie so a between the two Carvalho ni John Terry. Si e kasa hwan na ye defender pa Carvalho ni defender change on Terry
gibo Ferdinand na South Africa 20 no apra am say na onka ho
if it's not be a 2006 ye would e mu be a da amino ase so what me chana say it is say ye kasa the art of defending na Carvalho ya de change on Terry etu do mu mienu gina wa Chelsea fa beba national team na ye beba be borrow Ferdinand ono so enjoy ne Carvalho in Vidic at Manchester United because Vidic is a typical defender. Ba uko bo mu mienu say Kim na asama ba. Tino say the make no otimase. Etima mema another example. Eni. Maguire ye yusu ni e. Uko Manchester City a. Manchester City had Emerick Laporte and John Stones. Omo nyina ball playing center backs. Omo ya adios na City concede goals. At a point na Pep Guardiola would need a defender. And okofa Ruben Dias at nebai. It's ne obi obobo with Ruben Dias biano. Omutimi compliment omo. Ye beko so aka Maguire asem. Supporters beko so di natem because the ball na obo no. Any defenders na Manchester United is here no. Obi enu obe compliment no. Obi enu obe compliment no. Nti ye beko so ani di natem. Ye beka se Maguire asa. Ya tony 80 million. Ba ofa Harry Maguire as a defender Clementino no akofa asem kese na diaba nti ye ko hwe Sunday game no Manchester derby no ball na second goal na David yi ball no obia oye defender bia no the first thing he will do and say ohun na chinti no obebo ball na to akone kwa ma na kona ba magwa aduru ho ano only yen training no like a defender and the first duty is to defend no oduru ho na Clementino otwa mohuri fa ball ne so ba na the referee say na chino ebia na Manchester City players you know this is the current situation of club defense at Manchester United any branch defense Harry Maguire Champions League ni start here no me can say we say Premier League teams no at the football equal level bi na da me can say asem no na say oh we see Milan for no monya ade agitum memfa nko she obi a am say oh captain nya abotre na Champions League no ekwa kura ye fa so de ko knockout stage no group akotum no any teams a wo share mo no aya na hu hia nti time na Liverpool eyi Milan afim e was San Siro no what I said was Italian clubs will struggle to play with English clubs because of one thing, the pace of the English game, how English game na pace. See, I got first leg na Inter na Liverpool ball was San Siro na Inter will game anymore. But Liverpool to me jina game anymore akopem see a point yeah. They have the energy. Ye training omuso mumetu mrika. Na mrika tu no so until say referee be born na be makase ya pon no. Men relax it. And they omodebo the Italian and the Spanish teams no. Eti last year na Chelsea share Real Madrid no. Real Madrid wo Benzema mo Luka Modric. Emrika na Kovacic eni N'Golo Kante mu betu no. Toni Kroos ni Luka Modric mo ntimi ntu. Emrika na Pulisic mo beko no. Karim Benzema mo ntimi nko. Nti eno na Clementino dead Inter fine players. But how Italian teams and Italian coaches training on teams, they don't demand a lot from their players, especially when it comes to Europe, how they train them. Mercato abe a problem. And then never a typical example. Meaning say Inter with the materials to match Liverpool. But they don't have the energy to stay in the game for a long period, say the Liverpool be no. See, if you player near, and can materials in the movie. So we share Friday only game omne Salernitana boy na. Who say Inter create chances. By chances no majority of them 5 goals no say mu be 3 if Nicolo Barella ho na buy. He's out of the game again. Enti ene game na ye question Anfield no Clementino. How the English clubs are being trained. On best set example. Inter will try as much as possible to go for early goal to unsettle Liverpool. Don't be no. But stage na ye drew was season way no. Baby I drew say no. Inter air drop it. Liverpool air pick it up. Nti make qualification for Liverpool. And possible they might even win 3-1 or 4-1 against Inter Milan. Anfield. Bayern Munich in Salzburg game ni there. Ochina ba meka ho asem. I'm getting disappointed in Nagelsmann, especially on how we see arrange Bayern team no. No matter the players who want Bayern form Bayern quality omu show in Europe no. Omu team no so aba form kakra and they concede. Nti e kire say even if any omu ba qualify kwa na they will concede because in their last 7 games omu in all competitions no omu concede. Nti against Salzburg Bayern be qualify kwa ebi on betimi ahye 3-1 ebi on betimi ahye 4-1 one dey ebesi one dey Salzburg be hye editino ye hwe ni mu say ye nwie na anwumre Champions League no before the big game ebeba so nyame yard much na between Real Madrid and PSG e was Santiago Bernabeu no. I'm sure Liverpool and club Bayern Munich will be in the next stage of the UEFA Champions League.
Me da say Jibu mama yemre fie na yemobo ho ye ba be hwe expectation on Utuado ne squad awade but this week until last week na Nigeria name on squad na this week ene ye hwe ne musa Ghana yenso ye de no Utuado de ebeba minim mo expectations are mo expect ye nya local players ni bidin ewo mu ayehebe na ya ye ho adwuma Kimfesa a game on Adriana boy no coach nem say oso ogidi so wonfa ho ne ne penfo be ka kire no wakeka bi papa say reference se ko say ya dia no be de beba eno so no ye ba abehwe na yahwe ene kotoko atwa Bechem United ewo fosuji abo no miensa ye eno se beba ne abehwe sa game no Zak bo ho na ati yem se said the adency report na no enye ni so team no baby enenam na ehu nti no ye be adwuma kakra so e wo hobon ye be die mayen Bechem United adwuma kakra Crown Licenses Board ne de show monsa maye e wo VVIP ho na ye mfa ntwa ye homra ye ba ya pe no na chese ya tie simua ene sa Roman Father na duro Ghana fo nyina se ampa wonu maduro no a Jobakan se ajew na bejo so ampa wonso no mu a ebetumi ajew eno nti severe pains na wunya wuti edwa wo menstrual pains no wo spinal cord no e Roman Father na duro 0243115948 bra promise eba woti aperitivo bitesa yes nti agama o ama hwayefe o se aperitivo bites no enyensa we say di nsuo sichire kakra flavors kakra na cyric acid kakra e dia frafra enwen paduane mu enye kidney liver afei ema wontimi ntie aduane ni bi ni entire no moja mfam na afei nwumre ensa ma wontimi nsapa ho e won pem edin no eye aperitivo bites 0547747338 uko ahojo semas hotel anim ho no mo a UK Spine Clinic Ghana for di mirike ko sans obi a wanya nkwanhia yes ne kon wotwantwa ne sisi ne kotodwe ne ba bia frichi ne nyina no ekowie wo ho kwanhia fo ne ko ho stroke sciatic pains no ne nyina modern ne enko semas hotel ahojo 0241 325252 nti Dorifa no ne de kick up tincha unya bia ema waist pains arthritis no ni nyina no edwane mo amonum Dorifa Vigo Plus capsules no de be ya ne se be maguno ne betu ase oba white na be pa ama yemfie wada ho opese syphilis no di tu ase firi wa yesi yasre senka boso me ni agro wompem na nya fast emwa na afei ahoto entimi emra Costa Misty Colinac Fredimens 0244516192 na chese nyama akoyie ewo ho na victory no ne de obi a wonom biara nim sampa obedi yade nso enkunim ene nti obosome no obunsa nyama besisi so kama ojonso no so be flow na afia boost ho nkwamo ano na hoden no aba 0242545633 yakoba ne ba is my kitchen edaha sanso ena 21st clinic sciatic expert bomodern na sciatic anoko na afi wontu ase emfama wo kwa diabetes hypertension ulcer typhoid waist pains no ni nyina no otu ase ye started with 3 branches sesi nam 18 eno nti fa ho bechem na afi ade no ye hwe oni ntu ase emfa ema kuma se de ehwea afa radio ho overseas ho eno mo 0540 311 yakoba ye dia ka no betimi atwaso nti de born again de ahya ase no eye adwuma agama aye enemu amoko Fosujabo Park no VVIP hono and a display on Oripa TV, Oripa Radio, Oripa Sports on Facebook nti yamra mumientie samua head coach for King Faisal Nuruddin or say Debbie against Adriana on
so me the least about it the better, but they should wake up because this second round people's life are at stake. If we don't do that, how are we going to improve our game?
Ya share ketene sa officiating yen ka ho asam na so we meka de be se bia nsi
Saslan ya unya the benefit of replay enti ki first complaining pa e go na but ji share say offside, but after getting the videos to watch me just said he over let on like first for na be hu sa video ru na fe na mo ye na ki first problem nya go you after mo say na penalty bi ba ya say on issues ekoso RT supporters no ekosi training kids name then we be as a team meeting because they think say the management and the coach should leave the club based on happenings in the club. So Ghana I say ye pro adeba kwa uye team na uye say ya oti ansha ebegu aya to allow to give recruitment say ye me dash coaching sa oti ansha ebegu no, and that problem na RT face here from the start. Because the head coach was having a direct relationship with the board chairman then, that is Dr. Nashiru
Katanko.
Yes. And he play BRT to Biano or no negotiate even the amount. Until we say as good for now. They dealt directly with the coach. On and no negotiate this guy no between as good. And see
Abangana.
Yes, and see baby. But because omo born no omo chance omo table on us. And omo trust in the coach because he disclosed the person. So on and negotiate play BRT to be a coach and negotiate amount that involved no. Uja team made mo coach ombuguno because they end up bringing you players ebia ne namfo na afra na recommend am and all those things, and sometimes business players.
Said the okay, yes, Kasama is a why dear, a bin koni biaba. Can I and your bad performance like the players?
Yeah, how many problem? Says Kasana, I listen to the PRO and you see any club ya serious club ya I think on pamsi a PRO no. One in maybe I can say by the team is so bad that Udumoru Poba he can't change anything. Let me can say intermittent say was on no case coach no. Actually say the players no I want they know form. And on only review I can say that's a no view no the can say based on the on no on na ka Udumoru no Poba and your coach as no ko there mo no example no na ka. So Udumoru no Poba on your changes be our team. When you speak like this, it means that unni like unni I the papa be the makala no. It can tell say there will be a meeting because the issue is that Dr. Nashuni Brian Mamado Mujai team no. But me say come here and say Omujai no. Oman communicate and find my team ni omo dia. Say team ni jai. I don't want to me no Mujai.
You say why there?
Oh, team no they say like the way the team is Eura. You understand?
How do you
Eura? You see, the constitution is every regional minister is the patron of the club. And we Dimbia as at today.
R2 Tamale Fordia.
No, yes, every regional minister. No other regional minister is the patron of the club.
It doesn't matter party.
Doesn't matter the party.
That's any clear owner.
You understand? It doesn't. Oh, said the owner are there. I am the administration. Because every regional minister Biano, the life patron. And say, "Nay, tia, Mama, move through all of them anyway, no." What didn't Casa say? Say minister, regional minister. Yes,
yeah.
Omuna a finance club, no. You understand? Today.
With their own resources,
No,
government resources.
and yet government, yes, government resource. Say, on life patron. You understand? And see, baby, I'm going to or club ready. On awesome.
And I'm changing my Yazambo relegations out.
And is the reason why? Is the reason why they are not also crying? Because I say, and getting me and they will cry. Tama, Dr. National Choir, they would have been crying, but because they have someone they will go to. On the list come on with the matches, and he can't say no because that is by law. And so yeah, and so yeah, PPPO, CPPO, whoever wins power, now the original minister. And I was said yeah, when the team is in need, you have to go and give them money and push them. You understand? And see, let's see, Ibrahim somebody. So I told you for a fact that Ibrahim Mama didn't put even one city in the team. No, say team on they went and met even vice president. Hey, meet take over BIA. The team now be omonsa. Dr. National and
next can we do two players now 100,000 Ghana one munya no way.
Dr. National.
Okay.
As a board chairman.
And I say wajai.
I know to wajai. It is Kabi no masteni bia na Dr. National. Ibrahim Ahmed for one city. Oba share ball and that's the one for fiamba. Plan as a book just say to market. He hasn't given them even one CD on that a year.
Tell the meeting about then.
Oh, said by then, so no on an air, no way boss him and on here of the team. So they were leading. And I'm not going to say, on the planners and then the engineers and planners.
Yeah.
And they were until they were the team no. Like Ura.
I'm not saying so banana. I'm so near from the company got to.
Oh, that if you monitor that, I will take you over. This and it didn't come on, and it was their decision. And see, at that time, no BFC say Bia, they've given them, they are bringing money. You understand? And see, a China, and you come with Sana since I'm just born. I didn't born. Once the bomb my, you understand? And see, maybe after today's meeting, regional minister will meet the old board. Who's after Romo Co? So they are calling the old guys, you know, Elijah, Lolomo, former RFA chairman, Munkaila, right? Munkaila. They are calling all the old guys to come and meet and take a decision now. Today's game, they say, Bechem United very strong at home, very very strong at home. So for more consider only one group. Dreams in Kwana share a go in Bechem. Go back up. Yes.
Hey. This season,
yes. Almost 3-1.
No, we have consolation.
Yes.
Yeah, one goal.
So this is the only team to score goal in Bechema against them. 8 home matches, just 1 draw. Omo winning 7. So at home, they are a very strong side.
Okay.
And they are the best defensive team in the league too. League na airborne. 18 teams, you know. They have the best defense in the league. 9. But consider entirely the Mabuni na. And 10. So the first team and the second test of best defense
in Asia and
Asia. And see, media based on how Kotoko this is a problem and about the centre backs who. Recently, people are judging it wrongly. There are problem and Ganu and Mubarak.
If you never.
Why do you say they are judging wrong?
No, because what should be goes in Filibana? Or where they can see chances Nina.
So the Obia can about those 2 centre backs in there wrong. What they are back and right.
I'm not making so also pass we will come there. Let me say.
Nabi Kofi. Me pesa me dey this one person san person chiro. Of just or be there free be number. What's the problem with free baby?
Say there's a problem with the 2 centre backs. The 2 centre backs. And who I know say no a problem. Okay. And to be our case sell 2 centre backs and it has been a problem today. Also when you are running wrong. When you are running wrong. Because people are judging that one.
Nti ono na dwe man interest wrong.
They all better.
I don't know man interest here.
Based on research, okay. Say, initially na makasa about central defense.
That go remember business here just.
Mama Zaki example.
Just a second.
Mama Zaki example. Kotokone has. Kotokone has in the league. Kotokone has in the league. And was it a boy Awaku?
That's
a long pass. And a Gani you ne a free banner. And I Gani you ko echo clear bono no sham pound. No free banner fabo no pass ma. Obin Junior or ball short in the bull. We need defend the mistake. And
Zach, you just mentioned just one.
I feel
what you want to see?
It's a moment we are no dear no, we are dear no. What are we relaxing? Yeah, Woodian, Zach. Zach, we are Woodian, huh?
So, what all the chance they concede, no?
People are judging wrongly.
I from the laterals because of how they attack. Moro and Japan. How they attack. Go and watch against Accra Lions. Now, the mess you know, I say.
I'm coming to me, man. I'm saying it.
Yeah, Lions get be an from the laterals.
So we believe there are problems in the lateral.
You understand? Oh, lateral because of their inability to defend when after more attack here.
And that one is right.
They don't track back. That is my opinion. Because you can tell me, what's what back out there? That is my opinion. We have analysis on Manchester United. That was your opinion on Mari Maguire, which Ebia obviously we are about.
Zach, I'm going we are not captain now.
Missing the judgment.
I
think that they are just not wrong.
Okay.
Because why you have to watch our team very well.
If you love trust,
you go and watch even against Asifuk. Chance Bia has created Bia was Tama because nobody will say the latter will go. So I said me born 2v2. I'm going to go on a long ball. Somebody a quack bomb. So, sir. Any team that has created openings, me say go and watch them against eliminate sharks.
Okay.
You understand?
Mate.
Kofi, you okay there? What's your opinion? What's your opinion?
Kapi bra. Kapi kapi tu aso. Oh, mama nkasa ma me na. Captain
that is me. You know, I think sir with Kinvesa's case against Adriana Kinvesa lose, you know. I won't blame it on officials.
Okay.
But I think say yes, officiating officials. But I think say Kinvesa maybe one not lack in the game no form. 2 maybe the coach there's some new players be very more. One I'm missing because I'm team sheet especially when it changes I think some of this Zuberu you know. I try to inquire into why I said Juberu started that game because you could clearly see agency in the game because player now boy ahead of
I took case in the one man why any moment here. How managing in India.
You see the point?
Because Obi Kraji said Dr. Bawumia and Boa from Edum Free Division 1. I don't PM more.
Say take a decision
in the coffee from
almost belong to another party.
Okay.
And Omiano knows that it's not motion.
And
you know, I said they 2 for said I like good said I go from Paul, said all other teams. Okwa say onania assemble so be solving. So that problem no and they are surface amount supporters no and fun because omo yes omo kwa we a sika sema ya den and the minister na ma e ho ba be. So the question is why is sika na dey out you o man sika na because regional minister ba regional minister bia like is regional minister bia sika ni what does here what football
Zach because ne hu o sika dey tia wo dey football who sika wo dey monthly wo dey be football Zach serious
me go that minister I was say oni
captain man can confirm like cry
me ko fi afa Kasim Minga ka say me no na me kan am say
what say
akwa yas mo okay first of all ko show mu ko show 2 ha one ko ba be jita 2 no so ho 2 I say Mbella is only good player in Kumasi. And then I say Mbella just go touch national so back away. See back up. Well, tell me say it know so the go show 2 no share until 11 in Kumasi. That's our coach in the say he's only good at Kumasi Sports Stadium. And you know I think say what also at not way.
On train say game near net.
And
on train game near net.
Okay. So I should go outside a crash for stadium.
Of course. This is what Kasim go eka. But the web performance has not been good. What I say? To some extent, a striker was go at the home and no one shall win. No, it means I can't challenge you. And I may say, Waka 2, I don't hit 13. I said 11. So who striker? It means he is not effective. Oh, Kumasi.
Kapi mama ko Ricky ho.
Esmado at the point in time. No, Ocean go. Oh, I cry more.
Both the majority of them.
That is true.
80% of their goals.
That is true. Go and check. Do not strike Ocean going.
Right, CNN.
Also 12 goals. Go and check. Me hear the statistics. But Obe who know, be I say more than 1 or 2. What I say? Away. But where they will see one. And you are planning the team. Effective.
Kofi, to as
well, in the first place, was it last week in the Super Green Eagles, Nigeria for Eddie squad to face Ghana Blasters in the World Cup playoffs. Almost squad in the bay. Na ye trained your man Ghana so be. Kakra Metiano, Clementino. O references Salisu Mohammed. We see I can't watch them as our brand here no. Salisu Mohammed did no. They made here no confidentially and from very reliable source. Sibibian Sasa. I was a Salisu ebo Edema Blasters against Southampton Salisu. Oh no.
Mati sombo bonidi I don't know. Yeah. Me sombo bonidi.
Yeah. So
hamstring.
So that is it. But the issue of Obebo Ombono, are you getting it? The issue of Salisu Bebo Obebo Ombono, that one has been sorted out. So that is the information I may pick it from there. May report it on Dennis Corsa, House of Folk new darling boy. Now I am say some people think he has only played 2-3 games for House of Folk. Now Ghana Premier League no mu hwebiana. No, and House of Folk na Dennis Kwasa ye hu no.
But also playing in Premier League.
Exactly. So today you can say send a 4.
Follow drafts no. Winning player you can answer me.
With a Busian draft.
But nobody was calling for him in front of Black Stars.
No.
You have been about.
Nobody, including Kofi. One can say I'm
That's true.
No.
One can say I'm that. Why would you do that?
No, listen. No.
But go Finland.
No.
Kofi, go Finland.
Football all over the world. You pick the elite class. Now they are selling. And you Ghana nkwa. The amount for Kafa Dennis Kwasa on and you Ghana nkwa. Yeah, boy, my friend Federico Chiesa so okay pa. You signing him, but catch him say he's the most talented Italian player in the Italian Serie A. But Satano Bo Frontina. But amount for who Federico Chiesa ye. I brought Befa Italian national team do European Championship. And you're born in Fred. Satano Abu Juventus. Yeah, but championship no abebu Juve. And no also onye Juve. But the reality is that born obobo Juve no obobi wa Artemio Frankis e Frontina. Born akwa say born wo House of Folk no wo ba boniye e wo busuandras. Yeah, they follow that because I buy using product. I Dr. Ogum na tete no minimum too much. And it was Bob Busuan Brass and Abonier. And then Blasters for who they say. What's them because as a movie, I said, Department of Blasters air struggle pa. Department air struggle pa. A full box. Department air Blasters headache, biggest headache. Air and the Yadom. Baba Rahman. Gideon Menza ehona. So the guy is having a good form currently. Blasters for who is a man the opportunity to be with the Blasters. He may not be the first choice, so more starting lineup. But because of his form, in case of emergency, in difficult moments, he probably to save the situation. He can be a good deputy. Because in every position, ever saying, you have 2 position, right backs 2, left backs 2, defensive side and picking team. So Dennis Kosa is under serious consideration. Once again, he is under serious consideration. But you know, Blasters national team call up, and no matter be team but from camp now, me na tell some. So be bias,
okay.
Be bias, and then one baby see a bit me who say Dennis Kosa. So yeah man call. So that is just for Kosa. He has been consistent in our Premier League and Wabobo House of Folk and the might of House of Folk, no, a pigeon to that level, and I think that it's only fine. See, baby, I don't need a kid to nyajin. Kumasa Santo Kotoko, main biggest problem with the Kotoko team, no, I almost center backs. What he said with full Barcelona, he is not wrong. He is not it's his opinion. So he cannot be wrong. Because the amendment can what's the justification that I'm wrong or I'm right. But it's my opinion. You get it? What he said about Kotoko full Barcelona being the problem, no, it is the opinion of Zakito. So we cannot say he's wrong or he's right. You get it? And based on a normal about Kotoko team, no, Kotoko number 4, now 7 we can answer to the referee. When I also folk saw 2-1 in the presidential cup, and make I say, minimum why 2 center backs on Malaki pace. But coach a friend so Ogum said this or Bebo dear friend highlight defense. Man can have on Saturday. Yeah.
Na Ricky sa second goal no center backs no more. No mako.
Just one of them. We have watched Kotoko games and okay, baby I'm kasa simu wa say. Opponents on Kotoko bubia opponents in your chances. Unza say mechanic. Opponents are Kotoko beshe. But here game no. Now opponent na about 5, 6, 7 decent chances and no timisha Kotoko. And it's because the 2 center back pairing has been put so far. Yeah, first round of the season. No master tell Omuja those gas. Those gas are for the attack. And in my opinion, Ghana you like a pace. But some way almost set up now. You check the position of the 2 center backs. Omobo money pa their friend Haaland. And anything be our best study Kotoko 2 center back pairing or be pitch a ball now to Mechi. No afraid Ghana is brand new to America. So that has been the problem I have observed.
Okay.
A lot of people have made their own observations. It is an observation, it's an opinion based on Obiahe the game. So it is not wrong. It is not wrong.
You Tino, I'm joining a campaign baby, and I think for the good of Ghana and World Cup never see a Kubino. Bob on a Yoma baby in the womb, such a Michelin. And me share Blasters team no. When they call Cup of Nation very well, very well. Adeba kwani lucky at the Cup of Nation. They say, may I sure see about one of the teams who create fewest chances at the tournament. The last Cup of Nation, boy, you know. Yes, in Chelsea creativity, Adeba kwani lucky at the Cup of Nation. 3 games here, boy. Goal scoring now be a problem there, my team be asking the more now who create chances no, and now we have possibility of scoring. And let me join this campaign. Adana, your boy President Cup no. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. Time on Mampany, Echiano, or Churchill players na Nimpany for Mono. As well do every president or no catch and say, Bohumo de Naugumanimasi. Yes. Bohumo de Nau
at that time, and I mean,
yes.
Park and so.
Yes.
Or Churchill.
Or Churchill. The FA president, style kakra.
Hey,
and then no credit. Tama omo pescadi akwa afon no mo ko Mampany no. He was able to raise money for them. Na so be ko African Cup of Nation. Na Clementino the African Cup of Nation the best set record. O Mampany wo kwan na me person ko ka wie no aka bi so a chair sports minister no. Me se ba ka say any country be a serious be na. Aka ye ko ye worst movement musa na ke beduru ya na sports minister na adwuma to. To set example.
Or justify no was
campaigner me pese me joining ye. Campaigner pese me joining ye. Tino and me sha se no. Me start ya kopem da to ado in the team meba. And me make sure say me nyo to ado na mu. Say every for no su tie a unti asem ni. Sule Ali Muntari should be part of Ghana and Nigeria squad no.
Sule.
Yes.
Akara wabo no.
You hear a lot of things. See, a Jitum, you see a team like leadership. Any stage now, you drew no, you see a queen anymore. I'm not saying say we should build our team around Sule. By so much in Nkwano, so too much is never bono. I'm joining that campaign. Sule Muntari should be part of the team. Say few minutes in your mano, our park, no so I'm gonna be Bobby. Yes, he should be part of the team. Because me fu said the stage is big. Stage na ye kono Clementino stage na ye kono stage na ye kono aye kwa kobono coach na odi blasters anim no aye oto ado no kru hu sa stage ni da
Bajibo come me no ya dwen ya sanke ye ko tournament proper de kra na ye command tabana one of games ya papa
say ye ko tournament na we are not going to win but when na ye kwa kobono we are going to play to qualify.
Okay
E nyoma mienu o obi nkonka kire Ghana say mo ko World Cup mo ko World Cup. We can even decide to use the World Cup to build the next blasters. But before us abenya the opportunity to build the next blasters no, there is a qualification game and that is against Nigeria. Eti masha asene Tino, I'll make sure
yo
say Abrantie Fensi Sule so ka game no.
Okay mate.
Augustino Kraya ade bi na mani age ho. Zakito asem ne de na me yadumo achi na mekoso. And I will give him numbers. Hey?
From Mbella
qualities ni bi of center backs. Onim say league ya ye bo for top 4 teams na.
Ya man yan chana ma
over top 4 teams na. Ope clubber ne center backs when it comes to area duels. Omo ye weaker e Asante Kotoko center backs. Meba
this season.
Yes. Area duels. Opo ma area duels omo weaker. Enu bi na na make Zaki to say. Hwe statistics cry that one. You have to analyze it. And I remember example say Kotoko ni Dreams FC. Kotoko ni Dreams no. Chances na Ali do no botoku na ye no. Why we have use statistics against Kotoko give clean sheet. So what they mention say. And this were individual mistakes. And the mistakes are Ganiyu and Mubarak. Kotoko last 7 matches. Omo committee sa. Menu mi enu tie Clementino. Menu mi enu tie. Sa wo hwe Kotoko problem wo sisi ya. Ni yare enye yefun yare. Clear the two center backs. Obeti aka so mo form ADP. So mo form ADP a, ni enyina agi tum so mo form ADP a. Omo form ADP nti they are not delivering.
Enye matter of Jibo come ntimi coach no so stand inside ka.
Chairman, asem na ye kana wo hwe no. Me say mama one example. Me say Kotoko ne house ye bobo to mu. E ma free ye ban ne Ganiyu wantimi atumrika.
Ontimi tumrika o.
Ah.
Was it wrong?
When you individual mistake. Tell them say. Kotoko ni Dreams FC. Our Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Kotoko ni Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Our Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Ushe game na. Who say Mubarak ne Ganiyu e lucky pace. Individual mistakes no mo committing the doors. You can complain about how they set up their back four, but individually they are committing mistakes.
Good morning, we can cry.
Eti any game no. Ricky moving na ɔse na nije ho no ne best movie no
Apocalypto
sɛ wokɔ Augustino Kra ne Facebook sorry ne Twitter page ɔse I'm Augustino Kra the lead hunter of Bechem United and this Nana Fosuji Abo Park is my forest. I score goals here and win together.
Good.
I welcome you from Kumasi. Have a wonderful time. But the Ghana League points will stay here. It was a day I
Apocalypto
no and they are told.
At was here.
Time of Johnny free. Omuche no Johnny no.
Yes.
So two Mikano.
I want to some forest women in Mucha Mubia.
Ofosuji Abo Park.
Ni Mucha Mubia.
Mucha Mubia. Etine. Yebekwa ko he Ghana you. Any Mubarak against player friends Augustino. Bechem United starts the game as favorite based on their home record no. Eti Tilo. Very difficult than Kotokone Adriana Stars.
Yeah,
Kotoko Adriana Stars too because based on Adriana records are normal ban matches na kin face akosho mo 3-1. Ewo doma. Enti na betimi agina so akase Kotoko akosho mo for the first time there but na kin face akosho. But this is a team at this season league lose here. Enti Kotoko most difficult away game this season. A game mo born there against Bechem United.
Rumo
Clementino.
Boko there.
Nyame adom boko na so.
Ready adom. Ya fi we hu acho.
Yeah.
Ai, oko ijoma.
Endra so mame mbo maba in fact organization one of the best amehu. Was say radio station be organize a program to be honest with you. Bibia and Zaki to say the Amoka no. Enra obo bo by the end of the day no. Says so I'm for back teaching be muna assembly no. Chief Executive Officer Amasu Usubuachi edi animu supported by a majority leader behind the scenes. Na sra misumi gina chawo say very very difficult so we betimi aso aka happen e dey continue. Ene wanwa say enra so am municipal led by Honorable Buachi Ansane Pius itimi bua e ma ye je cap no dey ekoye. Clement dey now can ketua bi on RTU issue no. Zach, if this is the structure of RTU, then a big problem. Because the way almost see running RTU, and they said they are Nigeria. I was in Nigeria and almost practice a federal government and they were honorable. And the state governor be no club never honorable by virtue of say we a state governor. When a club near with the own finance be 100%. But in Ghana, no RTU intimidating and yes, I didn't be. Pecheche muna zakito edi amani means that RTU any owner. Ewo ho anu obi abaso obabe and a club o run and say very difficult because it's a situation omu komu no. RTU as a coach. No, wama is a coach, almost is a coach.
Shaibunano.
Coach now one 100% say equasai players ne do buy the same players no mo yeden ewo. I don't think omu ntumi dey deliver and aso mo enya results and from RTU means that sad the way almost see almost free me almost structure no. It's not the best. You be on man now we have no ajay no what the call now we have no ajay no what the call e ba ne say any den emboa and last year coach Nuru King Faisal and nunti na me pese